Welcome to Truth and Company Boxing Podcast. I'm your host, John the Truth Dioria, and tonight we're going to talk about a mega fight coming up this Sunday. And if you haven't heard about this fight coming up Sunday, whether you're a boxing fan or not, I don't know where you've been. But it sure ain't been in the social media, hasn't been on TV, and you haven't been at the water cooler at work because everybody's talking about this fight. They've been trying to make this fight for like the last 5 years, and it's finally going to happen. It's Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence Jr. in the welterweight division. It's the mega fight. It's July 29th, 8 p.m. Eastern Time in Las Vegas on Showtime pay-per-view. I mean, they're talking about this fight could be like the fights back from Sugar Ray Leonard and Hearns and Hagler and Durand era. Those type of fights, man. I mean, these guys, I wouldn't say they don't like each other because they seem to have respect for each other. But I think they've realized it's time for this fight to happen, and everybody else knows that it's time for this fight to happen. It's the undisputed welterweight championship of the world for the WBO, the IBF, the WBA, the WBC. They're all on the line, man. And let me just give you a quick rundown of both of these guys so the fans understand who these guys are and what they're about to do. First of all, you got WBO world champion Terence Bud Crawford, age 35. Yeah, he's getting up there in age, so he might, who knows, he might only have a few fights left. But he's out of Omaha, Nebraska. His reach is 74 inches. His height is 5'8". His coach is Brian Bomac McIntyre. Okay, he started at a lightweight. Okay, and he's moved up already 2 divisions to welterweight. Now, he's what's called a switch hitter, which means he can fight orthodox and southpaw, and he's actually a southpaw. Now, his amateur record, and the reason I'm bringing this up is because I want you guys to understand the difference in their amateur records, even though they're both undefeated as pros. Crawford is 58 wins and 12 losses as an amateur. That's not a lot of amateur fights. Now, as a pro, he's 39-0 with 30 knockouts. Now, some of his opponents are Victor Postal, Ray Beltran, Hank Lundy, John Mulaney, Felix Diaz, Ricky Burns, Jeff Horn, Jose Benavides, Amir Khan, Shawn Porter, Kell Brook, and Gamboa. Okay, so now whether you think some of those guys are big names or not, that's up to you. I mean, we can dispute. Some of them are household names. But now let's go to Spence. He's the WBA, the IBF, the WBC world champion. Errol the Truth Spence Jr., age 33, okay, out of Dallas, Texas. His height is 5'9". His reach is 72 inches. His coach is Derek James. Okay, now he started at a welterweight, so he's already grown into this, and for real, he walks around bigger than this. So he should actually be moving up in weight. So some people would say that realistically, he's the bigger fighter. But his amateur record, once again, this is why I'm bringing this up. 135 wins, 12 losses. His pro record is 28-0 with 22 knockouts. He's also a southpaw. Now, he made it to the Olympics. Crawford just fell short a little bit. Now, we can bring up this incident about the car accident October 10th back in 2019 that could have took his life. Some people were saying, you know, they were all worried how much did that take out of him. I'm not really sure it took anything out of him. I mean, he's fought since then. If it took anything out of him, we're going to see it in this fight. That's for sure. But I don't think that's going to be a factor. Some of his opponents: Chris Algieri, Leonard Bundu, Kell Brook, Lamont Peterson, Mikey Garcia, Carlos Ocampo, Shawn Porter, Danny Garcia, Ugas, and Samuel Vargas. Now, once again, some of you guys can, you know, turn your nose up at some of them guys and say, well, they're this, that, whatever. But these are their opponents. They have 2 or 3 opponents that are similar, you know, that they fought the same guys. But now I want to bring on some fighters that are actually going to break down these guys and talk to you guys about this a little bit. Guys that have actually been in the ring for years and got experience like these guys. Now, first of all, I want to bring on the newest member of the money team, Floyd Mayweather's money team. He signed with him. People are talking this kid's going to be the next phenomenon he's going to be in a fight someday like these two are in a fight on Sunday. So make sure you write down his name. Make sure you follow this kid on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever. Because he's already out there and he's already called the king, the perfect name for if this guy ends up in big fights like this and ends up becoming possibly the next Mayweather. Let me introduce you to King Robert Meriwether III. How's it going, King?
It's going great. How about you?
I'm great. Let me bring on the next two fighters, and then we're gonna get talking about this fight. So the next fighter I'm about to bring on is Minnesota's own fan favorite. He's a slickster. He's a scrapper. Sometimes he likes to do his own thing in the ring, and I don't think the coaches always like it, but that's how he likes to fight. Minnesota's own Shawn Owens.
Hey,
How you doing, Shawn?
Good. What's up with you?
I appreciate you coming on the show, man. Now we got one more fighter coming on. We were supposed to have 6 tonight. I know Josh Wagner up in Canada. He's having issues with the internet, and our 2 world champions. I'm not exactly sure where they are. Hopefully they're just running late. They want to make a big appearance at the end. I don't know. That's what world champions do. But hopefully Beltran and Randall Bailey show up. If they don't, that's fine, because we're going to just talk about the fight anyways. But let me bring on our next fighter. They call him the Wolf, and it's not spelled W-O-L-F, because this is a special wolf. He's spelled W-XXL-F, and that's Elijah Pierce. How's it going, the Wolf?
What's going on, man?
I appreciate all 3 of you guys taking time, man, to come on and talk about the mega fight. So first of all, now you guys don't know each other. You guys just met each other off air, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I have no idea what fighters you guys like out of this fight, and we're going to get to that in the end. So save your predictions for the end of the show. First off, I've already announced what's going on with this fight. I'm assuming we're all going to be watching this fight. Elijah, you're out in Oklahoma right now. Vashon is in Minnesota, and King Robert is up in Las Vegas, correct? So I guess this is a silly question, but Robert, are you going to be at the fight?
I plan on going.
Okay, so that's got to be pretty exciting for you, man, to see a mega fight like this and realize someday you might actually be in one of these.
Yeah, I got to go. It's the biggest fight of the year.
Okay. So let's get talking about this fight, man. We all know who these guys are. We've all seen these guys in action with big fights, small fights coming up, whatever. So first off, let's talk about speed. I'm going to go to Elijah on this one. Talk to me about speed with these guys, man, because you got speed yourself. Who do you see taking the speed in this advantage in this fight?
I'd probably have to say Crawford has a speed advantage. I think they're pretty close in proximity with each other, but I'll probably get an edge to Crawford. He is a bit smaller as well, and then just his style, him being a switch hitter and being a little bit more athletic in terms of his movement, I feel like, he'll probably have a speed advantage.
Okay, does anybody disagree with that? Does anybody like Errol on the speed advantage?
No, I'm right with him on that one.
Okay, so we're all on board with Crawford on the speed. All right, let's go to technical skills. Vashon, take this one, man. Who do you think has the better technical skills?
I'm going with Crawford on that one. I feel like he's more technical because he can box, and if he wants to, he could just sit down there with you. He can move angles, he pivot. His counter punching is real nice. I gotta give that one to Crawford.
Okay, anybody disagree with that? Anybody like Errol with the technical skills?
I don't disagree. But Spence, Spence he got skills too though. Like he's very technical himself. Like just how he approaches, approaches the fight a lot of times because he kind of baits a lot of fighters into fighting his style of fight. So, and I think that's one of those things that's not really credited enough.
Okay. Now, King, I seen you up there scrambling, man. You wanted to say something, so go ahead and say it. What do you got to say?
I just feel fundamentally sound. I give it to Errol. I feel like no, Crawford is more of a, he's more athletic. I just don't feel like he has the skill as much as Errol has showed in his career.
So you think Earl is more technical then?
Yeah, in my opinion.
Okay.
So when you say like technical, you mean like more the sharper of the two?
Yeah. I mean, like, like when we're all taught in the gym, man, like the technique, like he sticks to the technique more. I mean, I see Spence. Spence gets a little creative with the angles and all that. Sometimes I've seen him get sloppy in fights when he's getting real aggressive, but Crawford seems to stick like almost, I don't want to say robotic because it's not robotic, but almost like the way Mayweather kind of just gets out there and you just see the nice smoothness of the technique. You can see the flow of it.
I think Spence is just more fundamentally sound.
But yeah, I
Yeah.
think so too. He's more fundamental, and
Yeah,
I think
Okay.
I
I
agree with
think
that too. Fundamental.
Crawford, like what he said earlier, he's like more athleticism. He go off his reflexes more and stuff.
Okay.
It's
All right.
like
Let.
most of his career, he got away with anything he's been doing. That's all that is. Like, he's athletic, so he's getting away with
That
that.
is facts. Yeah, that is facts.
Okay. Let's go to footwork. All right, Robert. Let's start with you. Who's got better footwork in the ring?
I'm giving that to Crawford. I mean, being able to switch hit, like, I do it myself, and it's tough, but he's mastered his left and right. So, as really impressive.
Either one of you other guys got anything to say about the footwork?
Yeah, see that's probably the most accredited thing that I'm known for is my footwork. So definitely, yeah, Crawford got that. Like I said, the way he switches and throws off the angles. Yeah, I mean, but at the same time, it's like I don't know. It's just Spence. He's just fundamental. Like you said earlier, it's just sometimes you can negate some of that stuff if you just know how to place your punches and place your feet at the same time. So it's just I don't know. It's a close call, but I guess I'll still go with Crawford.
What do you got to say for Shawn?
Crawford.
Still like Crawford on the footwork too. All right, let's go to ring IQ. So, Vashon, you start this one, man. Who do you think's got a better ring IQ?
I don't know. I don't know about that one. I want to say Crawford, but I don't know. That's a good one. IQ, I kind of say like they more similar, but both of their techniques is different. They got like a different approach of how they come forward or whatever, step back. But I don't know. I'll go with Crawford on that one.
Okay,
But real close though. Like it's real close.
What you got to say, Robert?
Honestly, I don't even know how to answer that either. But I'm gonna stick with Crawford on that one too, because he's able to, with his angles, he got better angles than Spence sometimes. So I'm gonna give it to Crawford.
You disagree with that, the Wolf?
I'm gonna just keep it in the middle. I'm gonna just say it's a tie on that one.
That's fair. I mean, they both got exceptional ring IQ, so I mean that is. I mean, you're splitting hairs either way you choose.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I'm just going a tie with that one. They both smart. They both they wouldn't be where they at if not. So for their ring IQ. So what I'm saying. We just gonna have to see come fight night on that one.
Okay. All right, let's go to ring generalship. So go ahead, Eli. Start with that one. Who do you think has the better ring generalship, though?
Yeah, I think Spence. Spence, I don't know. See, Spence is I'm from Oklahoma, obviously. So Spence, you know what I'm saying. He from Dallas, so that's like I'm always sparring in Dallas all the time. So it's kind of like I always known about Spence since I was amateur. Like I grew up knowing about Spence. I didn't really, honestly, I didn't even get hip on Crawford until he fought Gamboa. So then I kind of got to him like hella late. So um, I don't know, just seeing Spence over the years, like I just always love how he controlled the ring and how he controlled the pace of the fights, how he just controlled the fights in general. Like I don't know, I don't feel like really nobody kind of competes with him on that spectrum.
What you got to say, Robert?
I definitely got to give that to Spence too. He's he controls the ring wherever he want to go. He makes his opponent go, and every fight is how he wants to fight. So I just think Crawford might fall for that.
Rashawn, you agree with that?
I ain't really think about it like that, until Robert said it. Like Spence do kind of like he controls the pace most of the time. Like you don't really see nobody getting him out of his zone. Uh, and with Crawford, he's like a computer. It takes him a minute. He analyzes. He he's downloading everything. It takes him a minute, and that's like the issue with him and Spence, because it's like Spence, he's on like that, like Buddy's just on like that, you
Yeah,
know. And with Crawford, like I said, it takes him a minute, but when he catches you, it's raps. But the problem with Spence, I don't know, it might be too late, so uh I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Spence. I'm gonna go with Spence. Because it takes Crawford too long to, pick it up. The only time you actually see him pick it up, pick somebody's timing, they rhythm and stuff, they footwork. It was Kell Brook. That was like the fastest I seen him catch on to somebody. So but like what Robert said with Spence is Spence fight. You fighting Spence, you're gonna fight his style the whole time. It's a make or break type of style when you fight Spence. So with that one, I'll go with Spence.
All right, let's talk about pressure. Who puts on the better pressure? Because in a fight like this, both of those guys can put pressure on, but in a fight like this, somebody's got to break because both of them can't be putting on the pressure.
hmm
So go ahead, Robert. You take this one. Who do you think manages the pressure better?
Spence again. Uh, I think systematically he just that's mental pressure also with him. He's cutting the ring off real slightly, ever so slightly, but you know I just think Spence's pressure. His whole actually every single fight I've seen him fight, he breaks somebody down by pressing the action and you know pressure every single fight. It's just him.
But now here's my question. He's going against a mirrored image guy that pressures. So I
But
mean,
I just think with Crawford, he's gonna be a boxer in this fight. With them two, he's just gonna have to box. There's no way he's gonna press Spence.
okay, what do you got to say about that, Eli?
yeah, I agree. Like I said, Spence. I mean, they both dogs, but like Spence, like that's kind of what he's more so known for, his come forward pressure. And honestly, like Crawford, like as much as a dog as Crawford is, Crawford kind of like he remind me like a little bad kid type shit. Like them kids like they get hit and they start crying and they get real mad. Like he remind me of like that type of dude. Like if you put it on him, he gonna come back at you like mad aggressive. But at the same time, with that being, since that is Spence's core style, I'm wondering how that trade off is going to be. So, yeah, like I said, both of them got power. Both of them, are athletic and everything else. But Spence, like he dwells in that pressure space, and Crawford has more of the boxing ability. So, but at the same time, like you can. Since they both, I think it's going. I really feel like it's going to come down to the shape, the conditioning. Honestly,
Okay, so let me ask you this, Shawn. Then, so seeing we just talked about that, Errol's probably gonna put on the pressure most of the time, and he's gonna have to be a boxer. So is Crawford gonna turn into a counter puncher and take angles and just box and let Spence come at him then?
So yeah, he got no other choice. He a little body. You know what I mean? Like he little. He a little body. He got a small frame. It'd be crazy if he come up there and go toe to toe with somebody that walk around 180 pounds. Like he wouldn't want to. He don't want to do that. Like I would want to. If I'm fighting somebody that walks around 180 pounds, why would I sit there and trade with him? So if I was Crawford, look, I'm sticking moving. Skip that. I'm a do what Floyd did to Pacquiao. Just hit, grab, get out the way. It'd be foolish for him to sit there and trade with him. Like Spence had that style since he was an amateur. Like I remember in it was the Olympic qualifiers, and I just watched him. He pressed everybody. Like he put everybody on the ropes. He just digged on them. Crawford. He had you probably know this, John, but he had fought my brother a couple of times in like the USA regionals. Back then we had the states and the regionals.
Okay.
He fought Jamal a few times, and he was. Like what he is now, switch hitter, get out the way. Jamal always been tall, so I just see that small frame, just trying to use that quickness and that feet, pressure. Crawford got pressure when he sees something. If he got you hurt,
Okay.
then he's gonna.
So if that's the case, then the fight that the fans think they're gonna see, we're not gonna see that. We're not gonna see a battle in the middle of the ring, because you're gonna see guys moving around and a lot of technical skills, and it's gonna become a chess match. But sooner or later, I mean, this is for all 4 belts. It's got to turn into a fight sooner or later.
So you think they just go sit there and trade?
No. I'm saying that's what the fans want to see. The casual fans don't care about technical skills. They don't want to see shoulder rolls. They don't care about, who's more technical. They want to see 2 dudes standing in there in war. Like, how a lot of like they want to see a Gotti Ward fight. But we ain't going to see that with these guys, and I know that's what the fans want.
Yeah, they're trying to get that Hagler Hearns.
Yeah, but these are 2 technically skilled guys. But like you said, the only one that I think can turn this into a fight is Errol Spence. If he forces Crawford to bang with him, if he starts cornering him and says, "No, you're not running all night. We're gonna fight. You want these belts? You're gonna earn them." Then Crawford has dog in him. He might throw that all out the window and say, "Okay, you want to fight? Let's fight." And I know that's what the fans want, but I can see that happening in the 8th or 9th round when it's coming down to the stretch, and they're both going, "Okay, one of us has got to clearly take this to win. We don't want to leave this to the judges." They're going to have to try to take each other out somewhere between 8 and 12, and I think those 4 rounds could be some exciting rounds.
If you watch any of Crawford's fights, that's just how he is. He gets hurt, and he's going to sit there and bang with him. So I think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
I've been saying that.
That's one thing.
That's going to happen.
Yeah.
But Spence knows that. Spence knows that. Spence
But-
knows that if he hurts him, and he thinks he's hurt, but the worst kind of dog is a hurt dog. That's a dangerous dog. So I mean, Spence has got to, even though he's going after him to hurt him, he's got to realize he could get hurt real quick, right back.
So
I
I
that's
got
a
a
good
question.
Go ahead.
So that being said, you think he gonna be foolish enough to try to, like, I guess, hurt Crawford so he don't end up like everybody else?
I think I think Spence, honestly, I think Spence in the beginning he's gonna be careful, but I think as the rounds go on, he's gonna try to catch Crawford either switch hitting in between and try to catch him with a body shot up against the ropes. Because we all know that anytime if you can catch a switch hitter in mid movement when his feet are different, even if he's not hurt that much, you can catch him off balance, and to the judges it's going to look like Crawford gets hurt, whether he's hurt or not. If he loses his balance, and maybe he does get hurt, but Crawford, I mean, Spence knows that if he even senses that he hurt him, he's going to have to try to jump on him. But the thing is with Crawford, you can't just jump on him and try to get him out of there. Like Robert just said, if you hurt him and he realizes that he's in a fight, he's going to come out like a hurt dog, and he's dangerous. And that's when I think this fight could turn into all technical goes out the window, and it just becomes a 3-4 round war towards the end. Because, I mean, you're fighting for legacy, for undisputed. I mean, these guys can't just run around the ring for 12 rounds and make it look good. They got to earn this.
I don't know about that.
I mean, they want this fight to be known as a legendary fight. But now here's the key. A lot of fans they don't know this. I mean, some do, but I'm going to throw this out there. They signed a rematch clause. Both of them did. So as long as this is a good fight, we're going to see this twice, if not 3 times. There's a rematch in both contracts.
A rubber match?
Yeah, so
you think it'll get that far to a rubber match?
Oh, because I mean, unless somebody does something crazy where one of these two get knocked out like in the first 3 rounds, why would we not want to see this fight again? Why would they? And plus, one of them's going to have all 4 belts. The other one's going to want to run it back.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're going to get lucky enough to see this twice.
Yeah.
I mean, do you not think so? I can't hear you, Vashawn.
I for sure seeing it. Like, you haven't really seen a rubber match or a series in such a long time. You don't see somebody fighting 3 times. You barely see them fighting twice.
But now one of them is 35 and one's 33. So both of them are getting close to the end of their career. If they can get out of their career with a trilogy out of this, you know how much money those two are going to walk away with?
I don't think it's gonna be a trilogy though. I feel like they'll fight twice for sure. Like
Well, the only reason I say a
whoever
trilogy is because if one wins, obviously one's going to win on Sunday. But if the other one wins the second time, they're going to a trilogy.
No, I don't think so. I feel like you won twice. I mean, kind of undisputed.
No. I'm saying. Let's say Errol wins on Sunday or Saturday, and then next time. Yeah. That's why I'm saying it's possible. Because I could see it doing that. You could see it doing that.
Oh yeah, it's possible.
But do you imagine how much money these two would retire with if they end their careers on a trilogy?
Yeah, shit. They gonna make hella money regardless, even off the 2.
Yeah, they gonna make money regardless.
Well, I mean, Errol could walk away. Let's say Errol wins and says, "Nah, I'm not doing no rematch. I want to go fight Canelo." Okay, I could see that happening.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I said probably after the second one.
I know Vashawn's looking at me crazy, but Errol already brought it up though that he wants to fight Canelo. That's why I'm saying it.
Yeah.
Man, everybody wants to fight Canelo. Like, come on, dude. What's dude name who beat Fulton? He wants to fight Canelo.
All right.
Like,
Anyways, let's get back on track. Okay, so let's talk about power then. Obviously, you guys all think that Spence has the advantage in the power department.
Yeah.
Oh,
Crawford did crack old boy eye, so eye socket. I don't know.
Hey, but I
Hey,
mean,
Spence done done that like two, 3 times.
Spence is the eye catcher, man.
Bad.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he sure is.
okay.
He the
All right.
perfect eye socket.
So now I know both of them are undefeated, but we've seen both of them get cracked. Who's got the better chin?
Spence.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Spence.
I mean, Crawford did get dropped.
By a slight
By a
margin.
little bit.
I'm gonna go with Spence.
I'll go with Spence. Yeah, I'll go with Spence.
Okay. All right, now let's switch to the other side. Who's got better defense?
Crawford. I gotta go with Crawford on that one.
I'll say Crawford because he has a variety of defense, and when you see Spence, it's mainly like blocking. You don't really see him moving his head for real.
Did y'all notice? So, like, not to cut you off, his Spence last fight, he was trying to do like, I don't know if he was trying to, but it didn't work out too well. He was doing like the Philly shell, like you notice he had like one arm up and one arm down. When he fought Ugas. Yeah, like it was like in the beginning, he kind of had like that shoulder going. He didn't really like necessarily do the roll, but he had his arms in that placement. Like when you notice his arms is placed it in that same formula, but it wasn't really going too well. I'm not saying it wasn't going too well, but he kind of stopped doing it during the fight. Cause I don't know. His defense, I'm not gonna lie, like it hasn't really, changed a lot. It's like his offense is so amazing, it takes up for his defense. His pressure fighting, the accuracy, the placement of his feet, the way he cut people off. It's like he don't really have much defense because he whooping everybody ass. It's like when you whooping people ass, it's like you don't got to use too much defense. But one fight that did caught my eye about his little defense was when he fought old boy from, I think he's from Philly, Garcia.
Danny Garcia.
Oh, yeah, Danny Garcia.
Danny Garcia kind of like, he made me realize how if you pop a little feint or whatever at him, he gets real flinchy. He reacts to it. He bites the feints are real tough. And then that made me realize, like, if Crawford kill him with them feints, he's going to react and he's going to end up catching him off that. But you don't really, like I said, you don't really know exactly how the beginning is going to go. Because, like I said, it takes Crawford a minute. Spence is going to go straight in for the kill. He's just going to put it on him and see how he's going to react to it. So it's kind of a coin toss when it comes down to what he's going to do when Crawford actually put hands on him. Crawford put hands on him. What Spence going to do? Nobody really see how Spence act when he gets hit because he's beating everybody's ass. So you don't really know his defense like that. I mean, Kell Brook kind of smacked him up a little bit till he got hurt, but I mean, we can't really say nothing until we see it. What's he
Okay.
doing?
Hey, Robert, you got anything to say about that?
Nah, I mean it's right. There's you don't really see Spence's defense like that, but I just feel like Crawford when he gets hit, that's just the only thing with my opinion on the fight is just when he gets hit, he falls. He's gonna fall for Spence's trap. So you gotta keep his head on the swivel.
What do you got to say, Eli?
Yeah, pretty much same what Robert said.
Okay.
Pretty
All
much.
right. How about we talk about body work?
Oh yeah,
I know.
that's
That's Spence. That's all Spence.
I
That's
knew that
all
was.
Spence.
that was the one thing. That's the
This
one thing
Spence,
about Spence that I've admired the most about him is his body work. I love his body work.
But now is Crawford gonna be there to take that body work, or is he gonna be
He
moving
ain't
around
gonna
like we're?
sit there and take it. Like he ain't
Yeah.
gonna sit there and take that body work.
Hell no.
you gotta move out the way.
If Marty ain't, hell no.
All right, let's get down to the. So if this does turn into a fight, which eventually I think it will down the stretch, who's got the bigger dog in them?
Both. They both got dog.
Yeah, they both got
They both got dog.
They both got dog,
I think
but I
Terence
still like
Crawford-
Spence.
Go ahead, Eli. What?
Oh, I was listening to what you said. What'd you say, Robert? What you say?
I was just saying, I feel like they both got dog for sure, but I just gotta give that to Spence, like just a little edge.
Oh yeah, like I think it's kind of like separate dogs. Like I feel like one like Spence is a little bit more like his dog is a little bit more accurate, and I feel like Crawford is more like brute, just like savage, more so like savage nature. So it just kind of depends on the moment of kind of where it turned on at.
Okay, what you got to say, Vashawn?
Yeah. Crawford bring that dog out. You know, like when I said earlier, when he calculates, he see your rhythm, your movement and stuff. When he got that all down packed, or when he gets hurt, that killer come out. You know, Spence, it's a little bit more methodical because even when he pressure fighting him, he's not like smothering him all over him. Can't get his shots off because he's so close. My kids is on one.
I get it.
Yeah, like it's like 94 degrees outside. And we was out playing, and I'm thinking they gonna be tired. It's like they crazy, but yeah, Crawford. I feel like it takes a minute for him to bring that dog out. Spence is it's methodical, and he goes crazy when he notices you hurt. When you like out, he's finna. There's no way of getting out of it.
Okay,
So
well let me. Oh, go ahead.
I'll go with it's a coin toss for me.
Okay, so kind of like Eli said, they both got dog, but they're different dogs.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let me ask you this: do you see either one of them getting dropped in this fight? Oh, Robert's up there shaking his head. Yes, tell me, Robert.
Honestly, I feel like Crawford gets stopped. To be honest,
You think okay? Hold that thought. Then you think he's gonna get stopped.
Yeah.
So we already know who your prediction is for. So Eli, what do you think? Eli, do either one of them get dropped?
Yeah, I think either one of them could get dropped or whatever, get a knockdown or whatever. But I'm rocking with Spence though.
Vashawn, do you see either one of them getting dropped? I'm not saying knocked out. I'm just saying getting dropped during the fight.
I don't know. I feel like, honestly, whoever gets dropped.
Say that again.
I feel like whoever gets dropped not getting back. it's not one of those
Or
flash knockdowns. It's gonna be one of those. He's hurt. Get him out of there. Burnt out, tired. I feel like it's one of those.
I think it's gonna be more like a flash knockdown type. I don't know. I feel like they both too dog. They got too much dog to go out like that. Especially like they both got too much on the lines on some pride type. They not going.
That's what I mean. This is for all 4 belts, man. You got to go out on your shield for this.
Yeah, I mean, unless they just land a bomb and they just get caught, then
Now, if one of them gets caught the way Pacquiao got caught in that fight, oh my God, that would be insane.
But both of them not reckless like that. Like,
but Crawford is a little bit more than Spence though, just like a little bit.
That's the thing. Crawford is reckless. Like compared to Spence, he's gonna stay on his fundamentals.
Yeah.
But Crawford, I'm just saying, like as soon as he gets hit, everything goes out the window.
All right, well,
he gonna start.
All right, well,
yeah,
he gonna start fighting.
That is.
All right, well, listen, let's wrap this up, man. I appreciate you guys coming on and breaking down the fight and giving your opinions and breaking down everything for me. So let's get some predictions. So King Robert, I'm gonna give you the first one, man. Give it what you got to say. How you think it's gonna end and who you think's gonna win?
Spence by stoppage, in the 10th or 11th, around there. I just think it's gonna be like how Inouye stopped Fulton, kind of like that, where he drops Crawford. Crawford got that heart, so he's gonna get up. But Spence is one of the best, finishers in the game. Crawford is too, but I just think Spence is gonna dog him out at that time.
Okay, what do you got to say there, Wolf?
Yeah, I'm going Spence unanimous. I'll say, yeah, Spence split decision.
Okay, Rashawn.
I'm gonna be an asshole. Somebody about to get robbed.
Yeah, that's gonna happen with these judges.
Hey, no cap. I mean, the way the fight's been going on lately, you can't throw that. You know what I'm saying? That ain't crossed out either.
Okay, so which one's gonna get robbed?
No.
Wait, you're breaking up on me.
I said I'm gonna be 100. I really don't have a winner. The only one that's winning is the fight is us. It's the fans, because this is a fight like this you get like once every 20 years. 2 undefeated top dudes in their prime. For all the belts, we haven't had a undisputed welterweight since Zab Judah. That was like 20-something years ago. We winning this because we actually get to experience this.
Okay, so you can't pick one then. Okay. All right, I'm going to say, like I said, I think it's going to be a technical match the first half of the fight. I think it's going to turn into a fight the second half of the fight. And I'm going to go out on a limb, man, and I'm going to say Crawford by majority decision. I'm going to say Crawford somehow outboxes him.
Whoever wins, it was a robbery. That's all I'm going to say. Put a little
I say Crawford wins it, and then they have to run it back, and then Errol beats him the second time. So,
hey, that ring got to be big enough for him to move. There's no way he's talking down. That 12 rounds,
about 20, man. I don't know Spence, brother. He be shrinking motherfuckers in that.
I'm saying I got to be a 30 by 30.
He said a 30 by 30.
That is facts.
Man, you want to box it in a hockey rink or what?
Man, he got to be out of there. No way.
All right, well, listen, any of you guys got anything else to say, or you guys want to throw out some sponsors, or you want to throw something out to the fans, or anything before we go? Go ahead, Robert. I'll let you start.
I want to shout out to my sponsors, Venom and Elevate Water, best water in the game, and shout out to my hometown, Louisville, Kentucky, and follow me on Instagram at King Robert I 3 eyes, and that's it.
Wolf, you got anything to say?
Oh yeah, likewise. Shout out my sponsors. I mean, I got a lot of sponsors, but shout out Happy Bud Brand CBD, Kuma CBD, and Milton Watkins, Louis Gibbs, Sean Freeman, my guys. Shout out Oklahoma City, on the North Side ATL. We're getting ready to be a main event on the Zone August 4th, next Friday. So, we finna represent.
All right, so basically you want people to watch you after they get done watching this big mega fight, right? Kind of like the dessert to the dinner.
Absolutely. This is my coming out party. I felt like I was supposed to have been on a major platform a long time ago, but due to personal problems and things of that nature, it took a bit longer than expected. But I'm here, and and even seeing this Inoue fight with Fulton, it was very motivating because though y'all probably see me fighting Inoue sometime down the line if he don't move up pretty soon.
All right, Vashawn.
I want to give a shout out to the Circle of Discipline, Minneapolis. We in here. Of course, the one and only Al Heyman for making it happen. I want to say best water in the world. Forja Sports. Damn. I got a little something coming up, real soon. We making something happen. Hopefully it's going to be on the Charlo Canelo undercard, so yeah, stay tuned for that. And we out here.
All right. And listen, I want to say this first before anybody else says it. King Robert Meriwether is going to be a world champion. So you guys better watch out for this kid, man. He's coming. He's the next future of boxing. The next phenomenon, man. I'm telling you. Mayweather didn't just sign him and put money into this kid for nothing. He's going to make... If he's got to be good, otherwise Mayweather knows he's going to make money off him. Mayweather don't just sign people to sign people. So... I'm going to be watching you, Robert, man, and I'm going to be the first to say that you're going to be a world champion, man. So I'm looking forward to watching that day happen.
Thank you.
All right.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, too, man, like I said, it was good chopping it up with everybody. Let's tap in with one another. You know what I'm saying? Y'all seem like good dudes. Like, y'all, I want to check out y'all fights and all that. So, exchange IGs, all that shit when we get off of here.
I bet, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to follow y'all for sure.
All right. And with that, the truth has spoken.